Alright, so for many of us, I believe that we all have a sole purpose for being here. We all have something to do or something that we want to do with our lives. It could be helping out others. It can have something to do with your interests in life. So I do agree with this quote. It says, the tragedy of life is not that it ends so soon, but we have to wait so long to begin it. I do agree with it because I feel like even though we all have interests, we all don't know what we want to do in life, and that goes to why we're in school. Some of us, and most of us, are undecided for our majors, and that's okay because in the first couple of years, you're still trying to figure yourself out. And so, with that being said, as we're growing up, we're still trying to figure out who we are as a person and how we are. And so I think it's just how you want to look at this. Because, like for some people, I hear them say, like, you're not really starting, you don't really know life until you have a family, you have kids, and you have that type of like responsibility. And for others, it's not until, you know, your kids are grown up where you can really enjoy life, where you don't have to be working all the time, where you can go and, like, when you're retired, you can travel or do whatever you want. So, I agree with this quote. I wouldn't want to look at it like that, though. I would say it would be better to just live life as it goes and not to wait so long. Thank you.
All right, Irene, I think you've got a nice point of view in the introduction, and you make a good transition to your thesis. There's not really a layout of what the content of the speech is going to be, which gives you a few problems later on during the speech. You've got some basic illustrations to make your point, but they don't have any details, so it never really comes to life the way that it would and give you a chance to really connect with the audience a little bit more and connect with the subject. Your point of view, like I said, is clear, but it remains sort of abstract, and it needs a little bit more meat on it. Presentation issues, your voice projects pretty well. There's pretty good variety in it. You do hesitate and slow down quite a bit when you are uncertain, when you run into one of those spots where you're not sure what's coming up next. It's pretty obvious. You kind of play with the topic while you're up there. You're folding it and rolling it and doing a couple of things like that. Probably want to get it out of your hands so that your gestures are purposeful, concerned with what you're talking about rather than the distracted kind of anxiety stuff that's going on there. Your facial expressions, most of the time you look like you were thinking. Sometimes you look like you were puzzled, and I think that you want to be a little bit more confident while you're standing there. Your eye contact is inconsistent, especially in the last 40 seconds or so of the speech, I thought that you kind of looked down, started thinking about what you were talking about, and everything seemed internalized. It's as if the audience disappeared. For most of the speech, you're locked into one position while you're standing there, and then you do kind of cross your legs anxiously. It's not a purposeful movement. To me, it seems to be an anxiety issue, and that's the eye contact and your posture seem to be the two places your anxiety comes out. Maybe also the little bit of thing with the paper rolling. The conclusion just seemed abrupt. It felt like you sort of just hit a stopping point, and that's where you stopped instead of summarizing what you were trying to say. All right, thank you.